Hey gang, it's Mike from the Reuben Memoirs, and we are here at Adient. Yep, that's where I work for a living. Spend 40 to 50, sometimes 60 hours a week of my life here. And I just discovered inside our cafeteria, they make Reuben sandwiches. So what better place to do a Reuben review than where I work? We're going on the inside. We're gonna talk to the chefs that create the magic. We're gonna find out what their secrets are, and we'll do a full Reuben breakdown in a few.
All right, how you doing?
Good.
Good. So this would be unfair not to let you know, but I'm Mike.
Oh, okay.
I run the Reuben Memoirs.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a big deal. So we're gonna do your Reuben sandwich. Classic Reuben. We're doing the full breakdown. It'll be published on YouTube later in the week. And so bring your A game.
All right.
You want to do the Avi food service and proud, right?
So we're gonna do the classic Reuben?
Classic Reuben.
Oh yeah, look at that. The bread is being done up. There we go. Look at that. That is deli cut Swiss. You can see the Swiss cheese holes in that bad boy. And over on this side, oh yeah, is that pastrami or is it corned beef? Excellent. That's right on the money. And then we got the fresh sauerkraut coming up. Oh, you can go heavy on the sauerkraut. Yeah, please. I normally don't say that, but I'm right here in front of the grill.
Awesome. Thank you. These two ladies are nailing it.
Quick video here. After I get my hot Reuben sandwich, this is the line we stand in while everything cools down so we can pick.
Hey gang, it's Mike from the Reuben Memoirs. I'm here with my good buddy Dan Brennan. Dan, how you doing today?
I'm doing.
Yeah. So Dan and I, we've known each other for over 20 years. He didn't order a Reuben. He brought in his own lunch, which is cool. You know, we have an open cafeteria that you can do these things at. But Dan, I don't know if you knew this, but I run the Reuben Memoirs. Kind of a big deal.
I knew about that.
Yeah, a lot of people have heard about it, dozens at least. So, well, really? Well, here's a business card. The YouTube link's right on there, so you can check it out. But we are here in Plymouth, Michigan at Adient. This is where we work, along with many other people. Dan, tell us a little bit about Adient. How about that? What do we make? There you have it. Right from Dan Brennan, we make car seats. As a matter of fact, we are probably, I believe we are the world's largest automotive seating supplier. That is our claim to fame. That is our #1 product. So if you're driving in a car somewhere in North America or even in the world, there's probably a chance, probably I'd say greater than 30 to 40% that you're sitting in a product that's been designed and engineered and ultimately thought through at this very facility where I'm sitting with this guy, Dan Brennan. And in addition to having a reputation for world-class seats, we also have what I think is going to be a world-class Reuben sandwich. So let's get down to the brass tacks. We are in the cafeteria. This was a made-to-order grilled classic Reuben. We've got the layer. Look at all of that corned beef. We've got some sauerkraut on there. I saw them put on the deli cut Swiss, and you see what we have there, guys? Everyone's favorite, the cheese dangler. It's cooled down quite a bit because I stood in this line with like 80 people to get through the cash register, but I'm not gonna hold that against them. I'm gonna give it the maiden voyage. Let's give this a bite. It's still hot on the inside, which is always a good thing, and quite tasty. We'll do the halftime breakdown in a bit, so enjoy the rest of your meals, and we'll see you in a few. Okay, gang, it's Mike from the Reuben Memoirs over here at Adient in Plymouth, and my buddy Dan Brennan and I, we were just talking about this actual event because I gave Dan my business card. And those of you viewers, you know that I started this, probably we're approaching a 1-year anniversary for our YouTube channel. But Dan, your comment to me was?
You did this about 20 years ago, it seemed like. You've been checking on the Reubens for a long time ago, back when Phil Henderson used to work here.
Phil Henderson, aka the Colonel. But you're right, because we all worked in the same business unit. And what was the name of the place that we'd go to?
Penniman Deli.
Penniman Deli, that's right, downtown Plymouth. We would go there, have sandwiches. I'd always get the Reuben, and I was bragging how good it was, and that eventually I was going to write a book about Reubens and call it the Reuben Memoir. Well, what happened, Dan, is we eventually had kids. That's what happens when you're married, and we'll leave the details out, right? But my wife and I, we had 3 wonderful guys, they're now 22, almost 20 and 18 years old. But when you're raising kids, you don't have time to do all the fun things that y'all want to have to do because you're raising a family. So I kind of shelved the idea of the Reuben Memoirs. And when we got back into it, we were in Detroit at Honest John's, which has probably one of the very best Reubens in all of Metro Detroit. That and the Brecken Grill and Oscars out in Saline, they're awesome places. But we had this Reuben, and I got inspired. We should just make a video, because you know what? No one reads books anymore, but they watch videos all the time.
Still have the documentation of the great Reubens and champions.
The true memoirs, yeah, I got them with all my notes. It's like a piece of Reuben memoir history. But you know what we're doing now?
Start listing what those were. Go back and trying those again.
We should do that. Yeah, we could do that and have some more guest correspondences. But you know what our mission here is, Dan? We're making Reubens great again. Have you heard of that before? Oh, you'll hear it a lot now, because we are making Reubens great again. Life is too short not to have great Reubens. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, totally. So Dan knows it. He's part of Reuben Memoirs history, 20 years in the making, and here we are, paths crossing again, having a good Reuben. Let's get into the Adient Reuben sandwich here. It's gotten a little soggy. I'm a little long in the tooth, got a little long-winded in my dialogue here, but for a cafeteria, making this to order, one, compliments to them for doing it, because it was hot. It's made to order. Like, I got it with the grilled marbleized rye. I asked for extra kraut. They nailed everything I wanted. Deli cut Swiss, very simple, 4 stars. The flavor is there. 4 stars is a good Reuben. It's something I'll come back to. If I'm at lunch, I want to have a Reuben, I can get one here and be proud of it. It's not, let's say, one of the top, but I didn't spend like $13 on a Reuben sandwich here either. You know, it's very affordable, economical, but it's a winner here. Adient, they're building a reputation for great automotive seats and now great Reuben sandwiches as well. So we are the Reuben Memoir. Okay, gang, so here we are, a little bit of technical difficulty with the end of our shoot in the Adient cafeteria. So I'm gonna wrap everything up here. Going through the Reuben sandwich that was served today, it's a very good Reuben. It's solid. There's not a whole lot of complaints about it, but in the fairness to all of the other restaurants that I've been to, and you guys who have traveled with me over the light years, you know that we've experienced some really good Reubens. And I kind of reflected, where does this one rank between all of them? I'm gonna say middle of the road. I'm gonna say 3 out of 5 stars, maybe 3.1. I'm gonna get into a little bit more of the details, break down the points on these, because it's just too generic to go whole numbers all the time. So I'm gonna say 3.1, and here's why. It's an affordable Reuben, but you can't set that next to a $10 Reuben and do a side-by-side comparison and say, well, they're both 4 stars. There's just no way. It was good, nothing really bad about it. The bread ended up being, it's marbleized, but it's almost like marbleized white. Lee, my cameraman, and plugged to Hackers of Michigan. They're a golf channel. This guy, he does all these golf reviews, but he's my cameraman and producer today. But that bread, it's just, it doesn't have a whole lot of substance. There's not a whole lot of heft there. If they got a hearty rye, it would definitely take it up a couple of notches. Again, it's not a bad sandwich. You know, I work here, so if I want to get a Reuben, it's nice to have that option right here. So that's what they're getting here. Adient, world renowned for excellent automotive seats. World renowned now because of the Reuben Memoirs for having a good Reuben sandwich too in the cafeteria. So we are the Reuben Memoirs. We're making Reubens great again. Big shout out to some brand new subscribers. We got Doug Dagley, former coworker of mine. Doug, thanks for subscribing. Glad you found our channel on YouTube. And Lindsay, our waitress at Gatsby's. If you saw our review in season 4, I want to say episode 2, you saw it with my brothers. Well, Lindsay was our waitress, and she is now a new subscriber on the Reuben Memoirs. Glad to have you along, Lindsay. So for everyone else, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. We are coming at you from Plymouth, Michigan. We're excited to hear from the rest of you, and I know I'm doing the 30 for 30 list, and if we haven't gotten to you yet, you are on the horizon. We're getting back in the pony, riding this into 2020, a great new year. We are making Reubens great again, so always remember that, #Merga, and we're out.